Just kidding.
Very witty, yeah, very witty.
That's
I'm like, okay, kal se start karenge. I'll do it from tomorrow. Yes, that's good, that's good. I am the person who doesn't dance even when no one's watching. I'd rather listen to music when we have gone to maybe say a pub where there's a dance floor and stuff like that. After that, it's just been the Bharati style. That's it. Nothing so like that. This has been such an enjoyable conversation. Honestly, I wish I could speak with you for another half an hour and I still wouldn't be bored. Hello.
hi, hello.
Hi, Anurag.
It's stuck. Your feed is stuck.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
fine now?
fine now. Yeah, it's looking fine.
Okay. How are you today?
Well, doctor said I will live.
Great. So, how are you?
As I said, doctor said I will live. I'm just kidding.
Very witty, yeah, very witty. So first, I didn't know how to react. I was like, oh my god, I'm so cheery. Is he fine?
I mean, people. I've been taking quite a lot of sessions, and people here always start with the first line, "How are you?" And it's a wee bit perfunctory, in my opinion. So that's why I wanted to
The doctor said you
do
live.
something fun.
Perfunctory. Perfunctory means done as part of a routine or duty. If you give someone a gift and they look at it like it's roadkill and say nothing but a perfunctory, thank you, you might not be giving him another one anytime soon. After a perfunctory search, the soldiers found nothing suspicious in his vehicle and the incident was written off as a tragic accident.
I'm so glad that your doctor said that. I'm very relieved.
Oh, no.
Okay,
I'm just a bit under the weather today because the weather has quite drastically changed since yesterday. It rained yesterday and also today. It's a bit cold and rainy, so I'm a bit little cold and I'm feeling a little bit of fever.
Under the weather. When you under the weather, you feel sick. It can also be a good excuse. I am sorry I can't visit your grandmother with you, but I am a bit under the weather today. I feel sick, have a painful headache and feel a bit under the weather, but I know that if I push myself and get out of bed I will feel better.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I think the entire day you will be spending indoors then.
Yeah, mostly. How are you, by the way?
Well, I think your doctor and my doctor are in touch with each other because even he said
Okay.
I
What? That's really good then. We both will live.
Yes, thank God, right? Okay. So, where do you live?
I live in Nagpur,
Oh,
Maharashtra.
Nagpur. Okay, fantastic. I have a cousin who lives in Nagpur, and every time he returns, he brings these amazing desserts made from oranges. And I have not
Orange
found
burfi.
them. Orange
Like
burfi.
orange burfi. Yeah.
Yeah, and something. It's like a jelly. I don't know. It's like an orange jelly, but it's very unique in
Okay.
taste. I've tried to find that in all over the state. I've tried to find it in Bangalore, Mysore, Mangalore. I don't find it anywhere. So you guys are really lucky.
Well, that's nice, I think. Well, Nagpur is famous for oranges, so I guess it might have something to do with it to make different
of course.
desserts from oranges.
Yeah. So the only reason I look forward to meeting him is not to meet him, but to just get my hands on those amazing desserts.
Yeah, delicious desserts.
Right.
Get one's hands on. To succeed in getting something, competitors would love to get their hands on that $7 billion.
So do you consider yourself to be a foodie or you're not that into it?
I like to eat
Hmm.
delicious things. Who doesn't? But looking uh, uh, looking
अबे जल्दी बोल कल सुबह पनवेल निकलना है
at health
Hmm.
perspective, I have started to eat more healthy stuff nowadays, because as you
Okay.
can see, I'm pretty out of shape, and I really want to uh, uh, cut some pounds.
Okay. Okay. So along with the diet, are you also following any strict exercise regime?
Yeah, I have been doing a bit of high intensity interval training,
Hmm.
and but as far as diet is concerned, it's a bit difficult thing to do. It takes
Hmm.
quite a lot of effort and time, so
Yeah.
that's a bit difficult thing.
I know, even I struggle with the same thing. In my mind, I'm 100% motivated, but when it's time for me to take action in terms
Right.
of exercising and stuff, I don't know, the motivation somewhere vanishes, and I'm like, okay, kal se start karenge. I'll do it from tomorrow. I feel like that.
I mean, that applies to many of the
Hmm.
people out there. Uh, Only with the exception of those that call themselves fitness freaks. People love to exercise.
Hmm.
It's such a boring thing to do. To strain out your body. It's like
Yeah.
embracing masochism in a way.
Yeah, you're torturing yourself just to, but still
Right.
you're enjoying it.
Embrace. To embrace something is to welcome it with open arms, hold, hug, accept completely. You might embrace your sweetheart, or even changes in technology. The cast is excellent, and the actors really embrace their characters and have fun with them.
Masochism. When you see the word masochism, think pleasure from pain. Masochists are the ones that like getting hurt, though usually not seriously. Besides sex, people talk about masochism in other situations. If an employee keeps asking for more and more work, and seems to enjoy being stressed out and pushed around by a boss, other employees may see this as masochism. I was miserable, and thinking that it was pure masochism to go on so long, I went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't know how people enjoy that. So that's why I've also started playing tennis recently. So
Okay.
there's a bit of an element of fun to it as well, and
I'm
some
good.
cardio also happens that
Mm-hmm.
way.
Yes, yes, that's good. That's good. When it comes to reading, right? People say they don't like to read, and I tell them there are many genres. You have to pick one that you like. Maybe you don't like 10, but you like the 11th one. I think the same applies for exercise also. There are a variety of different forms, but you have to pick
Yeah,
the one that you like.
right. For
Right.
example, someone who loves to dance, dance could
Mhm.
be a really
Mhm.
great way to get in
Yeah.
shape too, and it would also be fun and exciting at the same time.
Correct. So, do you like dancing?
I do like dancing. I have also tried to dance out myself for the purposes of exercising. There's an app called Just Dance. You know about it? Just Dance now.
Dance? No.
It's available on mobile, and it's also a very popular game as well. You can play it on consoles also. So
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded that app onto my mobile. I subscribed to it, and I tried a few songs from the that app. It has mostly English songs,
Okay.
and it was a good experience.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like you have to start the app. You have to cast it on it, connect it to your TV, and you have to hold the phone in your hand,
Uh-huh.
and you have to select a song, and on the
Okay.
screen a dancer dances. It's a
Okay.
very well choreographed and very fantastically picturized.
Oh, wow.
So
That's nice.
yeah, so then you have to mirror their actions, holding your
Mm-hmm.
mobile in your hand, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
all do the movements. You have to basically mirror the person that is dancing on the television.
Mm-hmm.
and you
Okay.
get points for that. How perfect you have emulated the
Okay.
dancer.
エミュレート When you emulate someone, you imitate them, especially with the idea of matching their success. At one stage the pianist was plucking the strings of a grand piano to emulate a star.
That's
So
good.
that
So
is
they
a
have
bit
this
of a
score
gamification in
system.
that.
Yeah. Okay. So that kind of pushes you to do better and maybe beat
Yeah,
your
it
previous score.
kind of, yeah. So that it kind of motivates you to go up the leaderboard and, you know, to compete in that sense.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they have some really beautiful choreographies out there. It's a very a game is made by a very prestigious game company. It's called IGN,
Mm-hmm.
and it's based in France.
Mm-hmm.
And it's their creative team is very, I would say, exceptional.
Okay. I think these
Yeah.
days there are so many applications. I think you have an app for everything. There is an app that reminds you to drink water.
I mean, the app thing, it's become quite an ubiquitous thing now.
Yes.
It has uses for everything.
Ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. When something seems like it's present in all places at the same time, reach for the adjective ubiquitous. I don't think the average man on the street has any idea how ubiquitous GPS has become.
Totally, completely. And what was the name of the dance app that you mentioned? Can you tell me
Just
the name?
Dance Now. Just Dance Now. Yeah, you should give it a try. Really
I am a
fantastic app.
terrible dancer. Dance is not my thing, but I have a friend who is
Same
obsessed
here.
with it. Yeah.
TikTok. Because I am kind of a nerd, basically.
Nerd. If you hesitate to tell other people everything you know about computer programming, it might be because you're afraid they'll think you're a computer nerd, or someone with a single-minded interest in computers. Nerd can also mean someone lacking social skills, or a geeky, awkward person. Carl and I talked for at least an hour about his new show and how his character was stereotyped as a rather boring nerd accountant.
And when it comes to moving your body, I'm so uncoordinated. I just can't get the hang of it. But since when I started doing the dance through this app, I found that if we put enough work into it, we could rock those moves.
Okay.
Get the hang of. To begin to understand or manage at a basic level, to learn to handle with some skill. Retain a firm grip on it when you power it up and you will get the hang of it after a few passes.
Fine. Good. Sounds like fun. I'll try it. There are some people who say that I dance when no one's watching. I am the person who doesn't dance even when no one's watching. I'd rather listen to music. I will not dance.
No, I mean, you might be feeling some dancing vibes when you are, in the right mood. If you have some drinks to go with it.
Yes,
when you let go of all those inhibitions,
Inhibition. When you have inhibition, you're self-conscious and maybe a little anxious. A shy child at a birthday party might have fun only after abandoning her inhibition and joining a game of musical chair. He's always been a cheerful, good-natured kid, with very few inhibition, which sometimes does not lead to the best classroom behavior.
True that. That's the only time, when I'm with my very close friend and when we have gone to maybe say a pub where there's a dance floor and stuff like that, and there's a lot of crowd. So if I'm just blended with the crowd, then I don't mind. But if you put me in a spot, I will not move. I'll just stand like I'm standing for the national anthem. I will not do anything. So it's like that.
Like if someone throws you out on the stage and tells you to dance.
Right.
Would you be petrified?
Petrified. If you've ever felt so terrified you couldn't move, you've been petrified. Someone who's petrified of public speaking will do anything they possibly can to avoid giving a speech. Being young, I was petrified of sitting in the car as it went through the car wash.
Yeah, the last time I probably danced was when I was in the 7th standard. There are these school events where the teachers...
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that is like a choreographed, I'm saying.
After that,
during
proper dance.
like proper, the choreographed sequence. After that, it's
Right.
just been the Bharati style. That's it.
Well, that's the Bharati and the Sandal type of dance that we do. That's the that's the identity of the real Indian dancers,
Yes,
Desi
yes,
dancers.
absolutely. So yeah, okay, cool. This has been such an enjoyable conversation. Honestly, I wish I could speak with you for another half an hour and I still wouldn't be bored.
यार ये कितनी औसम है यार
And I don't know why this isn't feeling like a session where I'm making note of your mistakes because you're so good, you speak so well. You know, the best thing about your speech, first of all, your vocabulary is just out of the world. Second is your sense of humor.
Thank you.
okay
Second
Yeah,
is your
I
sense
like.
Out of this world. Of exceptionally high quality. Wonderful. Marvelous. The drive was a little over an hour and the scenery was just out of this world.
I like to be. I like to be funny because comedy is my thing. You know, I like everything and anything comedy. I watch a lot of comedy, and you know, yeah. And sense of humor is something, you know, that keeps my life going. It drives me. It makes me happy. So that's one thing that I really enjoy.
That's great. That's great. So you said you like watching comedy. Do you also watch stand-up comedy videos by any chance?
Oh, I'm not that much into stand-up comedy per se, but I watch sometimes, but mostly I watch the comedy series.
Per se. Per se is the phrase to use when you want to refer to a particular thing on its own. It is not this Latin phrase, per se, that is important, but rather the concept it represents. The problem is not growth in the population per se, but growth of the unskilled.
The sitcoms and comedy drama, romance stuff, that all stuff,
Okay.
and mostly British humor. I tend to like the dark comedy, dark sarcasms, puns,
Right.
that
Right,
sort
right.
of
On
thing.
Netflix, there's a galore of dark comedy movies and series.
Galore. At a party with more cupcakes than anyone could imagine, you'll hear guests say, "There are cupcakes galore." Galore means there's so much that it's unbelievable. There are prizes galore for the best dressed male and female, and best hat, plus sweeps and raffles during the day.
But the thing is, they have such weird titles. After I watch a show, I don't remember the title. I'm like, what was it? When I want to rewatch it, I don't know from where I can find it. So that's the
Yeah,
thing. There are some stand-up comedy videos that I think you can try out. These are not necessarily in English. Okay.
right.
So have you heard of Akash Gupta?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so there's a stand-up comedian called Akash Gupta. He's
Akash
hilarious.
Gupta, okay.
And there's one
I'll write it
stand-up
down.
show. Yeah. It's called Delhi Metro. Okay, you have
Delhi
to,
Metro,
have
okay.
to, yeah, you must watch it. And if you don't roll over the floor laughing, you can come back and tell me, Megha, that was really bad. Why did you recommend it to me?
What was that? Delhi?
Delhi Metro.
Delhi Metro, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a watch.
Okay,
Sure,
all
sure.
right. Okay. And there's one more person. His name is Kanan Gill. This guy does comedy
Yeah,
in.
I know him.
You know him?
I know
Okay.
this guy, Kanan
All
Gill.
right.
Yeah. He used to do Periscope also, if you know Periscope. It was a
No.
live streaming app pioneered by Twitter. That was the
Okay.
first live streaming app, and people used to randomly broadcast videos, and anybody could watch them on that time.
Pioneer. A pioneer is one of the first settlers in a new place. If you desperately want to experience life in space, maybe you will be one of the pioneers who live in the first moon settlement. We also use pioneer for anyone who takes initiative in a field, such as science or education. Germany was an early pioneer of air-to-air and air-to-ground rockets and missiles.
Now it's closed down.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
I didn't know
he
that.
used to be there. I used to watch him there. This guy,
Okay.
Kanan Gill.
So this guy has been on camera since decades, I guess now.
Okay.
Okay, and he has a 1 hour stand-up comedy special on Amazon Prime. It's called Keep It Real. It's hilarious.
Okay.
It's absolutely hilarious. The comedy is very clean, okay? It's clean comedy, but there's not even 1 second where you're going to be bored. And the entire thing is in English.
Right,
So
right,
I think
okay.
you'll like it.
Well, I mostly prefer, American or British comedy.
Yeah. And this
Uh,
is just a
I'm
hatke,
not
something
against
unconventional.
Indians,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I like the foreign stuff more.
That's good. That's good. It's your taste, and this is something for you to try, like a starter. And if you like it, then you can explore
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
So do
I
try it out.
recently found out a channel. It just popped up into my recommended videos in YouTube.
Hmm.
It's by comedian Jennifer something, or I don't even remember her name.
Okay. Okay.
Hannah. I think Hannah. Yeah, Hannah something. Just search out Hannah, comedian, stand-up comedian Hannah.
Okay.
I think
I'll search.
Hannah Burner or something. It's her second name.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
yeah, I found her pretty good,
Hmm.
pretty hilarious. And she also takes out the interviews on streets with other fellow comedians,
Okay.
and she asks some really weird questions,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, the reply that the people give is quite interesting and funny.
Okay. All right. So I like the stand-up comedy of Kevin Hart, and there's one more guy on Netflix. Apparently, people call him offensive, but I don't know. I think he's quite witty. I'm not remembering his name right now. Maybe next time I'll tell you. But you might have heard of Kevin Hart, right?
Yeah, I have heard him, but
Then you can
I
try it
don't
out.
remember myself seeing
No
him.
problem. No problem. No
Kevin
problem. You
Hart.
can, yeah. So you can just check him out today whenever you're free,
Have
right?
you heard? Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Have you heard about an Australian comedian, female? She's called Celeste. She goes by the name Celeste Barber.
Celeste Barber. No, I
Barber.
haven't heard. No, no, no. Is she good?
She is, yeah, she's very good. And her recent, in this month of April, her show is coming out on Netflix. It's called Fine, Thank You. That's pretty nice.
Fine, thank
Nice,
you.
yeah, nice title. Fine, comma, thank you.
Right. No, it's so unique.
Yeah.
Okay, very well. Thank you so much for the recommendation, and definitely check it out.
Yeah, thank you to you as well. And where are you from? Karnataka, I guess.
Yes, yes, Bangalore.
So you are Bangalorean by birth.
Not at all. I was born and raised in Mysore. I moved to
Okay.
Bangalore in the year 2017 for my job, and I've lived here ever since.
Okay. As far as being a South Indian is concerned, you don't even have a scintilla of that South Indian touch in your accent. You
I
have
get that a lot.
you have a very neutral accent.
Scintilla. It might take more than a scintilla of English vocabulary knowledge to know that scintilla means a tiny bit of something. Scintilla is a long word for describing a tiny thing. A scintilla of doubt had begun to insinuate itself.
Yeah, that's because my mother tongue is Konkani. Okay.
Okay, I sense that by your name, Meghanayak.
Right.
It
Yes.
seems a bit of Marathi to
Yes.
me. It seemed.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. So my mother tongue, it's not a very heavy accented language. It's it has
okay.
pretty neutral accents. The sounds are a little different, but the accent you need very normal accent. So probably that's why.
Right. So have you been to the Konkan regions?
Of course, yes, my native is Udupi. So I have lived in Udupi for almost 8 years, the
Udupi.
first 6, 7 years of my life. So Udupi, then
Where is
Mangalore.
that? Where is Udupi?
You might have heard of Mangalore
Yeah, it's on
in
the
Karnataka.
west coast of Karnataka, right?
Yeah, we call it South Canara, the coastal belt of Karnataka.
Okay.
It's a small district, very close to Mangalore.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Right. So it's a temple town basically. There's a very famous Krishna temple there. So yeah, that's basically my native.
Nice, nice.
Okay, very well done.
It was very lovely talking to you.
Same
I didn't feel as if I'm talking to a stranger. It
Yes.
felt that we just became friends so quickly.
Absolutely. I enjoyed the session so much. You're a fantastic speaker. You don't make any mistakes. You don't deserve any criticism. You only deserve compliments. So, very nice.
No, I think you're putting me on a pedestal over here.
Puto na pedestal.
Tu think of someone as a perfect person with no faults, to admire someone greatly. He wanted a career as an actor, but he didn't want to be put on a pedestal.
No. Honestly, I think you're fantastic.
I try. Thank you.
Good going. Keep trying and you'll get even better.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right.